if I drink alcohol or not, I'm always having coffee with a cigar. Is it espresso? I like the espresso the most. In the morning I like cappuccino. I like to drink 3, 4, 5 of them. And then I choose the glass of whiskey or the rum or cognac or armagnac, whatever, but I love my coffee always.
Yeah.
For example, when I try the cigar for the first time, when I want to really taste only the cigar, not the drinks. Of course, if you want to choose something special, something unique, some limited edition, something that you're smoking for the first time, I always recommend to take a glass of water and just enjoy the cigar.
Đây các bạn, chúng ta hãy cùng chiêm ngưỡng những cái kỹ nghệ cuốn cigar nhé.
Oh, beautiful! Look at that.
Wow.
Chaveta.
So when somebody says, I have a Vietnamese cigar from
The first
made
time.
by the law, it's made in Vietnam.
It's limited edition.
Limited edition.
Very limited edition.
Lady first.
Thank you.
Xin chào quý vị và các bạn, chúng ta đã lại tiếp tục quay trở lại với một phần tiếp theo của số Cigar. Bây giờ thì chúng tôi đang đi lên phía trên tầng trên để có thể thưởng thức. Thank you.
Let me introduce to you and to our audience, Mr. Doug Ambo.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm Đức.
CEO
Hi,
of
Nice to meet
Pacific
you.
Cigar Company from Hong Kong.
Wow. Please sit and enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alex.
Have a seat.
Yes, sir. You want me to join you? Okay. I'll be here, sir. More as a decoration.
Most decoration. You can speak.
But it's very nice having you here. Your first time in our place in La Casa
That's
del
right.
Habano,
I've
Vietnam.
been to Vietnam, but I've never seen this one because we couldn't travel for 2-3 years now from Hong Kong. It's a great place. I love it.
Thank you so much.
So how do you feel about the store in here in Vietnam?
I think it's amazing. I mean, I wish we could do something like this in Hong Kong. You have a whiskey shop, the bar, this restaurant. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And the decoration, I love the decoration. You can't really have a very big space because of the rent, and so we are very often tucked away on the top floor in a building, and we try to get the terrace so people can sit outside and smoke if they want to. But this is great, this is phenomenal. And the party yesterday was, thank you, very
Thank you
good.
so much. It's our first anniversary. It's our pleasure to have all of you join us today.
Amazing night.
It was a really lovely night.
Yeah.
Basically, officially opening of La Casa.
Yes,
Because
due
the
to
opening was during
restriction last year, we couldn't have a grand opening. So that was the really first big launching party of La Casa del Habano.
And it was great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's our honor. Thank you.
So
You want me to say, okay?
Okay, Alex.
So,
Alex,
I will do it. So now we are here. Now we are about to enjoy the cigar. I'm very happy that Doug is next to us, the GM of the Asia Pacific, and as we can see, he chose the Joya de Monterrey. That it's on the milder side of when we talk about the strength. So it's a perfect for the morning smoke. And for me, I will go with the Kid Orsay number 54, which is one of my favorite light to medium morning smokes. It's very nice and easy, a lot of mellow aromas, and it's perfect for the coffee. So I love the creaminess of this cigar. Ring gauge is 54, obviously. The length is 135 millimeters, so it's a little bit more than 1 hour. So when we're talking about the cutting and lighting our cigar, there is a third cap. Every single Cuban cigar has the third cap. Yeah. So when we cut our cigar, if we want to make sure that we have a good cut, that means that we have to cut just a little bit above the third cap, as you can see.
yeah.
So why we are doing it? Because if we cut too deep, then we're gonna have troubles. Maybe the wrapper gonna start to unreveal, and it's gonna be a horrible experience for us. Then we have to keep the cigar with the hands. So we still want to have our cigar to have that rounded. We still want to keep the shoulders of the cigar, so when we take the cigar out of our mouth, to be nice and smooth. And of course the wrapper, which is more important thing.
Sometimes I hear some people tell me that they don't want to cut it.
Bite it.
Bite
Yeah,
it.
bite.
We will leave that for the Clint Eastwood and for the Wild West. I think the biting and all these things. I think that the only proper way to cut your cigar, to use the V cut, straight cut, or the punch, because you still want to have the cigar clean. Because clean everything cut. When you do with your nails, with your mouth, messy, of course. If we talk about the Cuban, they don't have a cutter. They just take
their nails. Yeah.
Just use the nails. But I think we are. Especially when you're in an establishment like this, you still want to have the nice and easy equipment that it's really helpful. Yeah. So we have a straight cut, we have a V cut, we have a punch.
What's different between the chef V cut?
Depends what you prefer. Of course, the V cut gives that V shape, and I'm not big fan of it. I'm not big fan of the punch. For me, the best thing is straight cut, because I want my cigar to be open completely. Yeah. And I want to have my edges still rounded for the taste. So that's why I like to use the double blade guillotine. So just a little bit above the third cap and it should be fine. That's it. You clean a little bit. Here is our cap. So we don't need it anymore.
Let's remove the cap.
Let me try.
So just a little bit above the cap, and make sure that your cigar still have shoulders. Rounded.
Perfect. Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good.
So now when we talk about the lighting, there is also a couple of options. The only one that you don't want to use is to use any kind of gas or with the flavor, anything that have an odor, the candle or the Zippo lighter, whatever, anything that have a smell, you don't use it. So the best thing is the blue flame, butane, because there is no smell. Also we have a matches. Also we can use the cedar wood, but I think the blue flame is the best and the quickest way. So when we light our cigar, we have to know one thing, that cigars always burn from outside to inside, never way around. So you always have to make sure that you light your cigar on the edges. It's have to be on the edges, because otherwise if I just light my cigar here in the center and start puffing, the cigar is gonna start to burn uneven. So when we are lighting our cigar, edges are the most important thing. Outer circle, it's what we need to light, not inner circle, because I will show you that. So if I light my cigar just outer circle and I take a couple of puffs, the cigar is going to start to burn to inside.
Anh Alex, anh nghĩ rằng là chúng ta để có một điếu cigar thưởng thức ngon hơn và có cái tàn đẹp hơn thì chúng ta sẽ đốt cái điếu cigar này từ ngoài vào trong.
So now we see that cigar is burned
all the way around.
All the way around, and then if I take a couple of puffs, it's gonna start to burn inside, and basically that's it. So when I'm talking about the even burn, I personally fix it, my cigar, whatever you wanna call it, 10 times during the one smoke. So there is nothing wrong with adjusting the cigar. Most important thing that you keep your burn even, because you want to have your blend smoked.
It's Vietnamese style.
So you wait until it's drip. Oh, it's almost done. You can put this one on the side and move this. No, this one.
The whole thing.
The whole thing like this. That's a traditional Vietnamese way. That's nice.
Now we're all waiting what you're gonna say.
It's nice.
It's one of the best. Very intense, rich Vietnamese coffee in Vietnam.
Very good aroma.
It's still morning, so we have a Vietnamese coffee, we have a cappuccino and macchiato. When I try to explain people how to pair the cigars with the drink, it's basically for me very simple. Acidity, no. Creaminess, yes. So our morning cigars, as we said, it's a light body, so it doesn't have any strength to follow any whiskey or something peaty or something strong. So the coffee, it's perfect. Why coffee? It's perfect because it's have a lot of coffee, and cigars have a lot of similar aromas. And of course, I like cappuccino because it gives that creaminess, it gives that fatty feeling in your mouth.
Yeah.
That it's really gives and make the cigars very round and smooth. So I love my cappuccinos in the morning. It's a perfect. So, salute.
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 Cheers.
Salute.
Yo.
Cheers.
How
So
can we pairing cigar with the lunch?
So after the dinner, as we talk, we're gonna have the full body cigars. So your palate, it's already high intensity. So you have to put a little bit more to feel something. If we go with a light body cigar, it's just gonna be lost.
I mean that can we use cigar in the lunch or dinner or after that? After
I
we
think the best time for enjoying the cigar is after dinner when your stomach is full. You finish with the wine, and then you can go with the whiskey, you can go with the rum, you can go with some fortified wine like a port, whatever, you can go whatever. That the strength of the drink have to follow the strength of the cigar. That's one of the main and basic rules that you need to follow always. And
So
that's the strength.
how about between pairing the wine and cigar together?
Wine?
Wine?
Yes,
Cigar.
wine for me is the most complex, especially for the beginners. I will not recommend the wines.
Yeah.
For the beginners, I will recommend something that have that creaminess, buttery aromas. Like if we talk about the easy liquors, gonna be Baileys, or gonna be, of course, some cocktails. And if you talk about a little bit more experienced smokers, the rum, whiskey, but they have to follow the rule about the strength. So they cannot take a single malt that it's very peaty, like Lagavulin Lafroy, that it's very heavy. You cannot drink that with the Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
It's just gonna eat the whole cigar.
Yeah.
So the cigar it doesn't gonna exist.
So
Yes,
wine.
but I always, if you want to go with the wine, I recommend to go with, for example, Amarone, something that it's have like a 14-50% of alcohol, something that it's
above 14 ABV. Suggested the best to pair with cigars above 14 ABV. It means strong, like aged port wines, red wines.
But whiskey, single malt whiskey or blended whiskey, like we have over there on the shelf, like a Johnny Walker Blue, you know, it's a medium to full body. It really can follow the cigar that are medium and also medium to full. It's have a honey sweetness. It's have a lot of smokiness in the taste. Not too much acidity, but have some freshness. Freshness is good. Acidity, I'm not big fan of acidity in a cigar. If I drink alcohol or not, I'm always having coffee with the cigar. It's my rule number one. Is it espresso? I like the espresso the most. In the morning I like cappuccino, but after lunch I love espresso. Single ones, short, ristretto, very strong, very full of aromas, very intense. I like to drink 3, 4, 5 of them, and then I choose the glass of whiskey or the rum or cognac or armagnac, whatever. But I love my coffee always.
Yeah.
What about cocktails? Any preferences?
Yeah,
in the
what
cocktail?
about
When it comes to the cocktails, especially, you know, yes, with the cocktails, when I have a cocktails, then I don't have a coffee. When it comes to the cocktails, of course, for me, the Negroni, it's one of my favorite because it's very refreshing. So you have a little bit something to clean your palate in the same time. When I talk about the acidity, and I says I don't like acidity, I really love champagne, for example, with my cigars.
Yeah.
There is some rules that you need to follow, but as we mentioned, we all have a different preferences when it comes to what we like.
Yeah.
But the strength of the cigar and strength of the drink, it's a basic rule that
In Hong Kong, a lot of people would drink tea.
tea,
Yes,
absolutely
tea is a
perfect.
good pairing also.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect, especially the black tea.
Black
Phenomenal.
tea, aged tea, pu'ers, Earl Greys,
Quality, yeah.
some aged, little bit aged, like tannin. You feel tannin in the tea. It's very nice.
Yeah.
For example, when I tried the cigar for the first time, when I want to really taste only the cigar, not the drinks, so really doesn't take anything from the cigar, doesn't affect the taste. So the cigars can give you the full potential of the cigar. You really taste the cigar 100%. Even the coffee, drink, whatever you choose, always gonna affect a little bit on the taste of the cigar. But that's why we have to be very careful when we choosing. Of course, if you want to choose something special, something unique, some limited edition, something that you smoking for the first time, I always recommend to take a glass of water and just enjoy the cigar. And we talk
Yes.
downstairs.
Now I really want to find out what the difference between the fresh cigar with the stick.
Okay.
Ok. Ok, bây giờ chúng ta sẽ cùng gặp gỡ anh Cigar Master Roller ở đây để chúng ta sẽ cùng tìm hiểu thêm các bạn nhé. This is the first time I met a cigar roller in Vietnam. Yeah.
Yes, actually that happens first time that came the Master Torcedor cigar roller from the Partagas factory, Havana, Cuba. First time in Vietnam with the Habanos leaves. First time he traveled here to perform, especially in La Casa del Habano, Ho Chi Minh, for us to show the art of creating handmade premium Havana cigar.
Yeah.
So first, before you start, we can just explain a little bit. When we talk about the strength on the cigar,
Yes.
so we have a light to medium, medium to full, and full body. So
I can see it's
so
three
here we
types.
have three different leaves.
Yeah.
All of them play different role in our blend. So each cigar have three different leaves inside the cigar. So this one is called ligero. It's on the top of the plant, gives the strength to the cigar. This is seco. This is in the middle of the plant, is to give the aroma. And the volado, it's give the combustion of the cigar, so the cigar can burn. If you put only ligero, the cigar will never burn. If you put only volado, cigar is not going to have any taste. So if we talk about the full body cigar, it means that it's going to have the whole ligero leaf, for example. If we talk about the medium to full, it's going to have a half of the ligero. If we talk about the medium body or medium to light, it's going to have only quarter of the ligero, or maybe it's not going to have a ligero at all. If we talk about the light body cigar, it's going to be without this leaf. So this is basically how the cigar strength works. We talk about the wrapper. The wrapper doesn't have nothing with the strength. Only depending of this leaf is the strength. This leaf gives the strength. So now he will make a cigar for us. Each cigar have three leaves inside. It's called filler. It's going to have a fourth leaf. It's called binder, and it's have the fifth leaf. It's called wrapper. That's the leaf that we see.
Đây các bạn, chúng ta hãy cùng chiêm ngưỡng những cái kỹ nghệ cuốn cigar nhé.
Boom, beautiful. Look at that.
Wow.
As we can see, the wrapper is the most elastic one. It's the most tiniest one and the most sophisticated one because it's addressed to the cigar. It has to be beautiful. Now he prepared the wrapper. So this is the binder. He take the main vein out. So this leaves is basically keeping our three leaves inside the filler. We have a ligero, seco, and volado. So the binder keeps them together, and the wrapper gives them the final look of the cigar.
So now he's creating the bunch, the heart of cigar, where all the flavor, aroma, blend come from.
So this is the blend for the Partagas Serie E number 2. So 2 seco,
1 volado.
1 volado, and 1 ligero. So he put the whole ligero leaf inside, which means it's going to be full body smoke.
In the middle, you see, you can open only
Ligero in the
in
center.
the middle. It's very important to be in the middle. We check. And we put all we cut inside. This from the ligero we put in the head because when you smoke you need you like to be the middle to full,
Yes.
not to full
Yeah.
the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very important to put in this one.
Yeah. That's why in the after we always
You have
feel,
evolution
yeah.
of the flavor.
That's very important that people understand. So when you light a Cuban cigar, it's always going to be mellow in the beginning. Always first couple of puffs going to be lighter than middle or the end of the cigars, because your palate also needs to adapt to the strength of the cigar. You always go from lighter to the fuller. So now
They don't twist and they don't stick together. So it's very important the skills of the torcedor to know how to put the right pressure to have a good constructed cigar, not to be too tight or too loose the draw.
What is this?
Glue.
That's a natural
glue.
glue.
Natural.
You call it goma, right?
goma.
Yes.
Rất là hay. Các bạn hãy chiêm ngưỡng những cái tay nghề của anh này.
how all the sleeves create the complete stick. Beautiful.
In one moment, yes.
Amazing.
This looks very easy, but it's not easy
Oh,
at all.
at all.
I know it's not
Takes
easy.
a lot of training.
They have 6 to 9 months training to go to school and to learn how to make a standard shape cigar. Like you're talking
they
about
need
Parejo.
to go to school to learn.
Yes, in Cuba.
Yes.
Wow, in Cuba.
In
Yes,
Cuba, yes.
there is
All
a-
factory have a school.
Chaveta. Cigar, tear top. The triple cap, what we talk about.
1, 2, and half.
Wow.
Very important to darle dedo a la cabeza.
To make it smooth. And the last touch, that's a cap. Casquillo.
So that's the third cap that we was talking about.
Yeah.
Just a little bit above that line, and you're gonna be on the safe side.
That's finished.
And voila,
Wow.
he has made a perfect cigar.
Beautiful. Look at
Can I?
this. Wow.
Wow.
So fresh, so nice.
Wow. Bạn hãy nhìn xem.
So this cigar goes after he rolls. It goes to the special room to
Conditioning room.
put the humidity down, because now it's humidity it's too high here. 80, 85 because you spray the water. So.
How long they need to put it to humidor?
Usually 10 to 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks to
Yeah.
condition cigar perfectly. But you can smoke it, for example, after putting 3-4 days outside. It can get right humidity. You can enjoy it.
If we smoke it right now, how
can
is
smoke it.
feel?
Yeah,
It's a unique experience. So you
should
definitely
try.
don't
You
have a
need to
cigar
compare.
roller always with you.
Yeah, we
So-
don't need to come to a factory, come here.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias a
Ronald.
ustedes, gracias por la
Yeah.
oportunidad
Thank
de
you.
estar aquí.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
one more question. Sometimes I hear that with the high quality cigar, they will use the full of leaf to make a cigar.
So there is two options how you make the premium cigar. Long filler that we saw, the whole leaves, and the short filler is that he's using this
leftover.
kind of leftovers. They chop it a little bit, they add another ones, and they make the cigar from it. But it's still premium tobacco, but just not the whole leaf.
So yeah, the construction, you can build a long ash when it's long filler because it's more stronger, the construction of cigar. That's true. But still the quality of the leaves, it has to come from the denominated origins area in Cuba. It means Habanos DOP areas, where the all premium tobacco leaves, black Cuban tobacco comes from, for the all Habanos cigars.
Some people said with me that in Cuba they made the cigar like that, and after that they moved to another factory and put the stick
label?
No,
Usually when they make the cigar, they put the labels in the same factory. They do the packaging in the same factory. So everything is done in one factory. Depend on the brand and depend who rolls them and all that.
So Partagas is Partagas quality and.
But Partagas also produce different brands, not only Partagas. They also produce some Romeo and Julieta. They also produce different brands,
yeah.
Bolivars, Ramon Alones, whatever. He just follow the rules how to put the leaves, but the blend it's made by the master blender.
So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
We enjoy this. It's a unique opportunity to see this outside of Cuba, the
Yes.
creation of the Cuban cigar. It's
Yeah.
just amazing.
Amazing. How from the seed to the final cigar, so many processes and how many expertise, the knowledge, the centuries of experience of the Cuban masters.
Today,
But this is very unique. This is actually the cigar made in Vietnam by the law.
Exactly. It's made in
From the Havana's list.
Yeah.
So when somebody says, I have a Vietnamese cigar from, he says, no, it's impossible.
Yeah, the first
Made
time.
by the law. It's made in Vietnam.
It's limited edition.
Limited edition.
Very limited edition.
Yeah, so today,
Exclusivo.
we want to say thank you,
welcome.
Mr.
Thank you.
Doug. Thank you, Mr. Alex. Thank you, Daria.
Xin cảm
Thank
ơn.
you, Sir.
Ronald.
Ronald. Yeah. Rất là cảm ơn quý vị khán giả đã quan tâm theo dõi và hy vọng rằng là những cái series về cigar này của nhaTO sẽ mang thêm lại nhiều những cái trải nghiệm và những cái kiến thức thú vị, bổ ích tới cho tất cả quý vị khán giả, những người yêu thích cigar. Và chắc chắn rồi, chúng tôi sẽ không dừng lại đây. Hoàng Đức sẽ vẫn tiếp tục sẽ gửi thêm nhiều những cái chủ đề thú vị khác nhau nữa liên quan đến cigar. Và các bạn hãy nhớ comment xuống phía dưới những cái chủ đề mà quý vị và các bạn quan tâm, muốn tìm hiểu thêm về cigar, để tôi sẽ nhờ những chuyên gia mà rất là may mắn tôi có những cái điều kiện để tiếp xúc với họ ở đây, những chuyên gia đến từ nước ngoài, đến từ Cuba, những người mà đã thưởng thức rất là nhiều các loại cigar khác nhau, để có thể chia sẻ nhiều kiến thức hơn tới cho quý vị và các bạn. Và các bạn cũng nhớ đừng quên like, subscribe, đăng ký, theo dõi, chia sẻ các video clip của nhaTO để chúng ta sẽ càng ngày có thêm nhiều những cái video clip hấp dẫn và thú vị hơn. Một lần nữa xin chân thành cảm ơn quý vị và các bạn đã quan tâm theo dõi, và hẹn gặp lại quý vị và các bạn trong những chương trình tiếp theo. Xin chào, bye bye.
Ciao.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Chào.
Ciao.